Alright, this is my Sundolphin Aruba 8SS. Modified it a little bit. Start out in the front. Was just a piece of rope, but it was starting to get frayed, so I put some electrical tape around it, try to make it last a little longer. I put 2 anchor cleats on it. I put about 30 feet of line on it, and I put a carabiner on it that locks just for some more security. I put enough storage on here that you could take it camping or a lot of different things. I just put this strap on here for more storage in the front. I usually put my cooler up here, just easier access, it's closer to me. I put a rod holder right there. I usually use that just for when I catch a fish, keep my rod out of the way. I was trying to keep the cockpit as open as possible. I added a leash I usually use for my tackle bag. I kick up underneath me. I put this light in here. It's actually a headlamp that I glued up there, and that's party mode. I also added a piece of industrial strength Velcro and put one on my beach pill and got that in there just in case I'm cruising around, like I said, going camping, whatever. Got a little entertainment. I also added this part of this noodle. It's just a piece of noodle that I added just for lures, as you can see. Just makes it easier access. That way you don't have to constantly pull out your tackle bag. You got a couple right there in front of you. Change them out real quick, get right back to fishing. I made a couple handles out of the yoga mat too. Put a couple feet rests, and I doubled up this part just for noise reduction. Does help. I also got, I added this is actually the strap to that headlamp, and I screwed it in back there and sealed it. Then I added a little piece of industrial strength tape, and I glued, I used a glue gun and glue gunned it down on both sides. But this comes in handy. Like right now I got the net in there. I usually keep it up there when I'm fishing, whatever side I'm fishing out of. I keep the net on the opposite side, and then when I catch a fish, get it close, that comes right off. It's real convenient. I also have a dog leash that I use as my anchor line. The only thing about that is it's only 16 feet of line, but I'm usually bass fishing, so that's plenty for me, and it keeps everything out of the way. Like I said, I was trying to make the cockpit as open as possible at all times. I put 2 anchor trolleys on here. One goes to the front, one goes to the back, and then you just open this, and there's one on each side. Put your line in, lock it back up, slide it to where you want it. It goes all the way to the back, and that one goes all the way to the front. And then I also put 2 rod holders in the back. Just come in handy. Got a couple rod leashes on there, some carabiners. And this is actually an idea I got from another video, thanks to that guy. But let me show you. This is actually on here pretty good. It's pretty. I was thinking about adding another strap down here just to make this part a little firmer, but I'm pretty confident that it won't just sink on me. And then I also added another piece of my yoga mat around here just for a little more of a seal. And then added this, but I didn't keep this in here because I did mine a little differently. Instead of foaming it, I cut a lid in half, and then I took a glue gun and meticulously glued around all of them. So this is actually watertight until the top of the lid. So you could actually fill this with ice, or either throw your fish in there, or you could have some ice with some drinks, whatever. Or you can store all your stuff back there. A lot of different options. And then I got another little carabiner used for my paddle leash. And then it's just a couple of zip ties. I tied one tight, and then I made a little loop with another one for my paddle leash. And oh, I almost forgot about the seat. The seat is a pad that I glued down to it, and then I took another 4 or 5 strips of the noodle that I cut the long way, and I put them down under the seat so it doesn't fold down now. And then I also added this. This was the drink holder, and it was pretty useless, but I glued this in there, and that way when you have your drink, it'll keep it cool and keep it from rolling around. Like I said, I was trying to keep as much as I could out of the cockpit. But that's about it. Oh yeah, I added my son's initials. I'm probably gonna give it to him. But that's my version. Hope you enjoyed it.